What is the difference between bill of exchange and a promissory note? A bill of exchange and a promissory note are both negotiable instruments used in commercial transactions, but they have distinct characteristics and serve different purposes to get the debt paid off and verified by the courts. Here's a breakdown of the differences between the two, which isn't much considering that both are bank business instruments and money, according to court cases, declare that both are used for debt payment. Parties involved. Bill of exchange. In a bill of exchange, there are three parties involved: the drawer, the drawee, and the payee. The drawer is the person who issues the bill. The drawee is the person or entity upon whom the bill is drawn, usually the debtor. And the payee is the person who will receive payment. Promissory note, new credit agreement debt payoff security. Note draft promissory note. A promissory note usually involves two parties, the maker and the payee. The payee can be up to three related parties of interest also. The maker, you, is the person who promises to pay a specified amount to the payee. This amount can be paid by any third party through maker assignment. Nature of the instrument. Bill of exchange. A bill of exchange is an unconditional written order from the drawer to the drawee, directing the drawee to pay a certain amount of money to the payee either immediately, sight bill, or on a specified future date, term bill. Promissory note. New credit agreement debt payoff security note draft. Promissory note. A promissory note is a written promise from the maker to pay a certain amount of money to the payee on a specified future date or on demand. Debt payoff. Bill of exchange. The Bill of Exchange has the following roles according to the Bills of Exchange Act and court case law, according to the Banking Law, Title 12 U.S.C. 24/7. Bill of Exchange serves as a means of credit. Bill of Exchange serves as means of payment. Bill of Exchange serves as a means for discount. Promissory note. A promissory note also holds these same three characteristics because it is a debt payment according to certain court cases. Liability. Bill of exchange. In a bill of exchange, the drawer and the endorsers, third parties through assignment, if any, are jointly and severally liable to pay the amount mentioned on the bill to the payee. The drawee bank or servicer becomes liable once they accept the bill. If the bill is not returned and postmarked within 4 days by law, after receipt by the servicer bank or investor trust, it has been accepted as debt payment. Promissory note. New credit agreement debt payoff security. Note draft promissory note. In a promissory note, the maker is solely liable to pay the amount mentioned to the payee unless assigned to a third party for the debt payment. Acceptance. Bill of exchange. A bill of exchange requires acceptance by the drawee to become legally binding. The drawee can either accept the bill, making it a binding obligation, or refuse to accept it. The 4-day rule of return applies. Promissory note, new credit agreement debt payoff security note draft promissory note. A promissory note does not require acceptance by the payee, since it is already a promise to pay made by the maker. If a bank issues the promissory note, they do not sign for acceptance, and this is fraud by the rules of simple contracts. Negotiability. Bill of exchange. A bill of exchange is a negotiable bank business instrument, meaning it can be transferred from one party to another by endorsement and delivery. It can be further negotiated by subsequent endorsements. Promissory note, new credit agreement debt payoff security, note draft, promissory note. A promissory note is also a negotiable bank business instrument, but it is usually not as freely negotiable as a bill of exchange. It can be transferred by endorsement and delivery, but subsequent negotiation is limited. This is why the lender treats your mortgage and other presumed debts as a hot potato and assigns your forced county recorded mortgage contract an unregistered promissory note back to the investor trust, but sells it at the same time for more profit to a bank servicer. Essentially, the lender stole your signed property and sold it. This is a fraud and a crime to sell your stolen document contract property and to deal in the sale of unregistered securities such as the mortgage promissory note as your lender has done. These are the main differences or similarities between a bill of exchange and a promissory note. new credit agreement, debt payoff, security note, draft promissory note.